Hey everyone, this is Coach Gary with Red Corner Boxing, your guide to everything related to boxing, starting with the fundamentals, all the way through to competition, and hopefully the World Championships. We're going to get into a lot of topics including technique, fight breakdowns, gear preferences, and anything else you guys might be interested in, so stay tuned because there's a lot more content coming your way. Today we're going to discuss the heavy bag, one of the most essential tools for boxing in developing your own strikes, distance control, and pretty much everything surrounding boxing. So when we think about the heavy bag, we don't want it to be just a heavy bag. We want to actually imagine that this is our opponent. So we're going to use the same tools and techniques that we use inside the ring when we're practicing on a heavy bag. For one thing, I'm never going to stand just in front of this bag non-stop unless I'm working a very specific punch. I'm always going to move around the bag as I do work, like I'm moving with an opponent, right? Otherwise, all your techniques are essentially in a vacuum, right? And that's not going to serve you much once you got somebody in there moving and you got to touch them with punches. Another useful tool that we can use on a at least top secured heavy bag is we can move the bag around and now further simulate that opponent situation. So now I can move my angles, I can cut, I can walk with the bag and work on my lateral punches, and generally work on my pivots and footwork as I go. So super essential that you're treating this bag like anybody else that you'd be fighting. Next thing is, you want to start off by finding your ideal distance on this bag in order to do outside boxing or outboxing. And that's basically just keeping the fight at long range, keeping your opponent at the very end of your punches. So if I'm just touching this bag with my jab, that's where I want to stay as I'm getting this work to start level 1 training. Trying to keep an imaginary circle, force field outside this bag so that I'm really working on just catching the bag with the end of my punches. What that's going to do is going to help develop your distance, develop your timing, and make sure that your punches are nice and long. One of the most essential mistakes that you see from young fighters is not fully extending on their punches. Not only are they losing out for opportunities to get clean punches and stay on the outside, but they're making themselves more susceptible to their opponent's distance. So we really got to train on staying outside the bag and just working here. And I'm circling. As I'm working, I'm circling. I'm moving my head. I'm picturing the bag firing and back. I can give it a nudge, get that movement going. This is what it looks like all put together. I'm working as if I got an opponent here. Staying back outside, trying to work on that long distance punch. There you have it. All right, everybody out there in YouTube watching, thanks for joining me today for our first video of Red Corner Boxing with me, Coach Gary. I'll catch you next time with more content. If you enjoyed today's video, you can like, comment, share, subscribe. That would really help us take off. Really appreciate it. So thank you guys.